Welcome back to Binge Movie Breakdowns, where we make movies easy to binge. Today, we're diving into From Season 1, a chilling mystery that traps unsuspecting travelers in a nightmarish town where terrifying creatures hunt after dark. Sheriff Boyd fights to keep the townspeople safe, but with no way out and eerie voices whispering in the shadows, survival is a daily battle. Who or what is controlling this twisted place? And can the Matthews family find a way to escape? If you're hooked on the mystery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more thrilling recaps. The story begins in a small, mysterious town where Sheriff Boyd walks through the streets in the evening, ringing a bell. As soon as the bell sounds, the townspeople rush to close their doors and windows before nightfall. Mysterious rocks are placed at the entrance of every building. Frank, a drunken resident, fails to make it home in time. His wife locks the windows while their daughter, Megan, hears a voice at the window. She sees an old woman who claims to be her grandmother, asking to be let inside. Before her mother can stop her, Megan opens the window, allowing a horrifying creature to enter. By morning, Sheriff Boyd finds Frank's wife and daughter brutally murdered and angrily confronts Frank for not securing his home. The Matthews family is on a road trip in their RV when they come across a fallen tree blocking the road. Looking for another way, they take a detour and find themselves in a strange town. Sheriff Boyd meets them and tells Jim, the father, to stay on the road to reach the highway. But no matter how many times they drive, they keep ending up back in the same town. Confused and frustrated, Jim decides to try going the other way. Meanwhile, Boyd and his deputy, Kenny, realize the family won't listen, so they prepare to stop them with a spike strip. Before they can do anything, another car suddenly appears, speeding towards the RV. The car crashes into them, flipping the RV over. The driver, injured but still moving, stumbles into town looking for help. Boyd rushes to the crash site, knowing nightfall is near and time is running out. Jim is stuck inside, his wife Tabitha is unconscious, and their young son, Ethan, is badly hurt. Boyd quickly orders Kenny to bring more people to help. The townspeople know that when the sun goes down, something terrible happens, and they must get everyone to safety before it's too late. At the crash site, Jim is trapped inside the RV, and his wife Tabitha is unconscious. Their daughter Julie is scared but not hurt, while their young son, Ethan, is badly injured with a deep wound in his leg. Boyd acts quickly, helping Julie out of the wreck while Kenny arrives with more people, including Dr. Christie, Father Kotry, and Boyd's son, Ellis. They manage to free Tabitha, but Ethan's injury is too serious to move him safely before nightfall. Boyd knows they are running out of time, and the night is dangerous. He makes a difficult choice. Kenny, Ellis, and the others must hurry back to town before dark with Tabitha and Julie, while he stays behind with Jim and Christy to take care of Ethan. As night falls, Jim starts hearing strange voices outside calling to him, but Boyd warns him not to listen. He explains that the creatures outside are not human and only hunt at night. The only thing keeping them safe is a magic stone placed at the entrance. Jim stays close to Ethan while Christy does her best to treat his wound, hoping they can all survive until morning. On the way back, Kenny and his group forget about the spike strips in the road and have to run on foot. They barely make it to the colony house before nightfall. Inside the RV, Jim hears strange voices calling his name from outside, but Boyd warns him not to answer. The creatures outside may look human, but they are not. They are monsters that change shape and hunt for fun. As long as the magical rock stays at the entrance, they cannot come inside. At the colony house, Tabitha, Julie, and Jade, who is still unconscious from the crash, are tied down for the night. Donna, the leader, explains that this is a safety rule for newcomers. She tells them that everyone in town arrived after seeing a fallen tree on the road and that there is no way to leave. She also warns them about the terrifying shape-shifting monsters that come out at night. The only thing keeping them safe is a magic stone that Boyd discovered. Julie is scared but meets Victor, the town's longest survivor. Fatima helps her feel better by showing her paintings of Ellis. Meanwhile, at the clinic, Sarah, a troubled woman, takes care of Toby, the driver from the crash. However, she begins hearing voices telling her to kill him. She follows their orders, then opens the door, allowing the monsters inside. Later, she tells her brother that the voices promised they could escape if she did what they asked. By morning, the Matthews family is finally back together. They move into the colony house, trying to adjust to their strange new reality. That night, Ethan looks out of his window and sees a mysterious boy dressed in white. Meanwhile, Kenny goes to the clinic and notices that the doors are open. As he steps inside, he is horrified to find his father and several others dead, killed by the monsters during the night. Father Kotri takes Jim and Tabitha around town, explaining how people survive in this strange place. He tells them about an upcoming ritual where new arrivals must choose between living in the shared colony house or a private home. As they walk, they see a strange wooden structure called the Box. It is the town's way of punishing those who break the rules. Anyone locked inside at night is left to die at the hands of the monsters. Boyd disagrees with this method, saying the box was only meant to scare people into following the rules, not actually be used. However, Frank, a man accused of failing to protect his family, is overwhelmed with guilt. He accepts his punishment, knowing there is no way out. That night, the town gathers as Frank is locked inside. As darkness falls, the monsters arrive and his fate is sealed. Donna explains everything about the town to Jade after he wakes up, but Jade, a rich and arrogant software developer, refuses to believe her. He thinks it's all a prank, like an escape room set up by his friend Toby. Meanwhile, Ethan talks to Victor about the boy in white he saw. Victor seems very interested, as if the boy means something important to him. At the choosing ceremony, Julie shocks her parents by deciding to stay at the colony house instead of moving into town with them. Jim and Tabitha are upset but have no choice but to let her go. Meanwhile, Jade continues to believe everything is fake, making a big scene. To prove the truth, Kenny takes him to his friend's grave, showing him that people have really died. That night, Frank is locked inside the box as punishment. The monsters come, and he is brutally killed. The next day, Jim takes Ethan to the town diner. There, Victor shows him a drawing of a boy. Ethan is surprised and confirms that it is the same boy in white he saw. Victor then reveals that he came to the town as a child and saw the boy in white after a terrible massacre. Julie starts feeling uneasy about her decision to stay at the colony house. She realizes that everything is shared and privacy is limited. However, Fatima helps her adjust and makes her feel welcome. One day, Tabitha visits Julie, hoping to reconnect, but their conversation turns into an argument. Julie angrily reveals that she knows about her parents' plan to separate. It is also revealed that Jim and Tabitha once had a baby boy who passed away, which caused strain in their marriage. Meanwhile, Victor takes Ethan deep into the woods and shows him a strange tree called the Faraway Tree. He explains that anything put inside the tree is teleported to a random place. While Jim and Tabitha search for Ethan, they are surrounded by wild dogs. Just when things seem dangerous, Victor appears and helps them escape. He then reunites them with Ethan, and they later sit down with Boyd to learn more about the mysterious town. At the same time, Sarah hears the strange voices again. This time, they give her a terrifying order. They tell her to kill Ethan. The voices are so intense that she suddenly has a seizure, leaving her shaken and confused. Sarah stays at the clinic to avoid her brother after recovering from her seizure. She feels guilty and confused about the voices she keeps hearing. Meanwhile, the Matthews family starts writing down everything they know about the town on a wall, hoping to find answers. While doing this, they discover something strange. Chickens and other farm animals appear at the edge of town on their own. Jim also notices that electrical devices work without wires, adding to the mystery. At the colony house, Victor seems disturbed. He begins digging graves and warns Donna that something bad is coming. She doesn't understand what he means, but takes his warning seriously. Elsewhere, Kenny shows Jade that the town has no fixed location. The vehicles that arrived all came from different parts of the country, proving that people were brought here from random places. While they talk, a nearby radio suddenly produces static. Jade takes the radio, believing it could help them figure something out. At the clinic, Sarah asks Christy if she would do something bad if it meant saving everyone. Christy, who deeply misses her fiancé, admits that if it meant getting back home, she probably would. Sarah tricks Ethan into following her to a barn and locks Tabitha inside. She believes the voices are guiding her to do something important. Meanwhile, her brother realizes she is planning something terrible and confesses everything to Father Kotri. Realizing the danger, he rushes to stop her, but he arrives too late. As he struggles with Sarah, she accidentally kills him. Ethan manages to escape and runs into Julie, who quickly takes him to safety. Father Kotri reaches the scene and sees what Sarah has done. When the town gathers, he tells everyone that Sarah ran into the woods. Boyd promises Jim that if Sarah returns, she will be locked in the box as punishment. However, in secret, Father Kotri is hiding Sarah in a cellar. He tells her that he knows about the voices and believes that God is testing them for a greater purpose. And that's a wrap on from Season 1. With so many unanswered questions and shocking twists, this show keeps us on the edge of our seats. Who or what is really behind this nightmare, and will anyone ever escape? Let us know your theories in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our next deep dive. Stay tuned for more thrilling recaps, and as always, watch your windows after dark. You never know who might be watching. See you next time.